The reviews are in, and we're going to tell you what they are. He's Todd Vandenberg, and I am not Johnny Depp. Nor is Johnny Depp going to be showing up anytime soon, especially in Fantastic Breasts and Where to Find Them 3. I said it again, didn't I?
Yeah,
Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them 3. And I'm sure it has a subtitle, but I don't know what it is. Because Johnny Depp has had trouble with his ex-wife, and quite frankly, I stopped caring as soon as it got to the he said, she said aspect of it.
Yeah.
And I don't care. He's being replaced allegedly by Mads Mikkelsen, who has denied that he's in it. Just
of course he has.
Tatiana Maslany is not She-Hulk, and Poe Dameron is not Moon Knight, and Ted exists. So, yeah, none of that's true.
None of it is.
It's just a stupid story.
It is. And like you, I don't care because I don't care about that franchise.
I'm having a lot of trouble trying to.
Yeah.
I have kids who are like, "Oh, we have to see it." And I'm like, "Oh, why?" Just saying. There was a weird leak that occurred the other day, but I called a plumber, and it's been no, not that one. The comes from the Funko Pop people who make the non-bobbling heads dolls, which. One of my kids loved, actually two of my kids love those. The third one has looked at me and said, why? Why? What's the, anyway.
Yeah, that's my opinion of Funko Pop, who are they are wildly popular.
Wildly popular, but they released the image for a forthcoming 2-figure set from the WandaVision TV series, which does have a start date of January 15th on Disney+.
Yay.
The 2-pack figure is not the Scarlet Witch and Vision. It's Vision and Quicksilver. Interesting.
Very interesting.
Guess who's coming back in the series? But the catch, and I kind of like this catch, we don't know which Quicksilver's coming back. Because there was the one from the X-Men franchise. There's the one from the Avengers. Both actors have been seen on set.
Yeah. And here's the thing, because we're dealing in alternate realities, alternate timelines, I would not be a bit surprised to see both actors play Quicksilver.
And run into each other and merge into Daniel Radcliffe, who will play him forthcoming in all the... I'm kidding.
Or Johnny Depp.
That's where he went.
And I wouldn't be a bit surprised, honestly, to see them go with a third actor if they're going to bring the character back. Although, we'll see what happens.
Tom Hanks.
Yes, Tom Hanks would be lovely. That's going to
go over well. About as well as the Snyder Cut trailer, which I have yet to find anybody who actually liked the Snyder Cut trailer. The Snyder Cut of Justice League, for those of you who somehow missed every other show we've ever done, I think. But there was some bad news from the Snyder Cut. That's good news for everybody else, really. They've decided to pull the trailer because when they released it with that dreadful Hallelujah song, which I still think is the worst song ever put to tape or disc or whatever you want to put it on. Turns out they didn't have the rights to it. So the trailer has been pulled, and then as soon as I heard that, the next day they released a black and white version that still had the song in it. So who knows what the hell's going on there. I still think it's a horrible idea to have that song in an action trailer. It doesn't. That's worse than the themes to the Bond movies. It just doesn't work.
That would be an interesting theme for a Bond movie, though.
Oh, I'm sure. That is the theme for, what is it, No Time to Be Re-Released? Is that what they...
Could be.
No time to actually put out a release date? That's what it's going to be? But that ties into our next story, which also comes from DC. DC's got a lot of news, so bear with us on this.
They do.
Wonder Woman 2 or Wonder Woman 1984, depends on which way you're looking at it, is going to be released on Christmas Day in the United States, in theaters, and on HBO Max. Unless you live in a country that doesn't have HBO Max, then it's coming out on December 16th. Let the piracy begin.
Yeah, exactly.
So
we haven't talked about this for a while, but I know we talked about this maybe 3 years ago, something like that. It's like, why do you do this? We hate piracy, so here we're going to release this movie 2-3 weeks early in lots of other countries. Like, why don't you just do the same day? But
Captain America, this still kills me.
Yeah,
the last country to get all of the Captain America movies was America. Who the hell?
Seems a bit odd. Yeah,
that's stupid, asinine.
The Wonder Woman 1984 thing is really, really strange, right? Not so much the foreign release, because that's kind of a odd common thing.
We're almost used to it.
But the fact that they're putting it on HBO Max and they are not screwing over their subscribers like Disney Plus decided to do by making people, well, they didn't make anybody do anything. But if you wanted to see Mulan, you got to buy it for $30 and you still had to subscribe to Disney Plus. And if you don't subscribe to Disney Plus later, you won't have Mulan anymore, which is like, what the hell is wrong with you people? Meaning Disney. Yeah. But Warner HBO Max is like, if you got HBO Max, you can watch Wonder Woman 1984 on Christmas Day for 30 days. After 30 days, it goes away, goes back to exclusively at the movie theaters, and then after 60 days, then you can buy it. So a really strange release pattern they're doing here. Obviously, they hope to drive a lot of subscribers to HBO Max, because I think they probably will. As someone wrote for Deadline, where's the person's name? Hello, where did you go? I don't see your name here. Well, I was going to give you credit, but yeah, it was probably Ted Hicks. Anyway, I'm sorry, Anthony D'Alessandro. As Anthony D'Alessandro says, he says, why pay $15 a ticket per person when you can just shell out $15 for the month and everybody can watch Wonder Woman 1984 at home? Which is like, yeah, exactly. So it seems like... I kind of wonder, it's like, is there some point in releasing it at the theaters at all? I mean, there are apparently 2,500 theaters that are open, but
right.
The big openings are making $3 million. No one is going anyway because most people are being smart.
Well, and watching it at home, have you noticed that the price of a large popcorn at the movie theater is the same as buying 48 popping bags for your microwave?
Most likely.
No, it is. I actually looked this up today. I looked up the price of movie theater popcorn, and I also went to Walmart and went, you know what? Damn.
I can eat popcorn for 2 months, which...
Something like that, yes.
Probably 3 or 4 months. Wow.
That's ridiculous. But let's see, other Wonder Woman related DC comic news, but it's coming to TV only in a way we've never seen it before. There's a plan for a Wonder Girl TV series. Now,
okay.
Wonder Girl has popped up in the Teen Titans. She was a sidekick for Wonder Woman, and there's been 2 of them, possibly 3. I'm a bit lost as to... I didn't keep up with Wonder Girl, okay? Sorry. There was Donna Troy, who was the one with the Titans, and Cassie Sandmark, who was I think it's Sammark. There might be a D, there might not. Depends on her grades. She was the one in Titans. Not Titans, in Young Justice. Which was still really damn good. Anyway, this time it's not either of them. They're creating a whole new Wonder Girl. This time she's a Latina. And she is absolutely not linked to any of the other Wonder Woman characters at all whatsoever, because...
odd choice.
Yeah, I don't know. Couldn't tell you. I'm just wondering why you can't use one of the established ones. Okay, fine. I know they're both white. Yeah, and make one of them black. Make this one Latina. Cassie Sandmark can be from Guadalupe, if that's really a place where Senor Droopy is from.
Senor Droopy. Yeah. Hopefully it will be the same lovely quality that the other... Is it on the CW?
Oh, of course.
Hopefully it'll be the same lovely quality, and they will absolutely sabotage the character with their shitty writing pretty quickly, because they do that with everything.
But that's not the only news from DC and the CW. This makes even less sense. And this is probably the most confusing news of the week. And I heard about a live-action Powerpuff Girls movie. And quite frankly, that's all I've heard about it, so I'm going to move on from there. The most confusing thing I've heard this week came from out of the DC CW thing. There's a character in the Black Lightning TV series named Painkiller, and he's getting a spin-off. Yay. The Black Lightning TV show, however, is getting canceled.
I was going to say.
Which confuses that was announced this morning that we're recording this last week, and more will probably have come out by the time you hear this. You know what? Fine. It's fresh to us, and it doesn't make a damn bit of sense to either of us, nor does it make sense to anyone who does not work specifically with the show, because we're all kind of going, what the hell? Because it doesn't make any sense.
No, like 0 sense.
I do not understand. These other two news stories that I wanted to touch on, they kind of go a bit political, but not in a politics kind of way. The movie Witches, which, quite frankly, I missed. Oh, darn. It doesn't look that good. Anyway, Anne Hathaway is a witch, and it's an adaptation of Roald Dahl's The Witches. Roald Dahl being the Willy Wonka guy. Remember him? Does some weird stuff.
Lots of weird stuff.
Anyway, the problem with this is Anne Hathaway's character has some deformed hands and funky teeth. So a lot of people think that they're making fun of people who have disabilities, and that anyone who has a disability must therefore be evil and abnormal, and they must be a monster because look at this movie about witches, even though witches have been portrayed this way since the invention of the witch back in 5 bajillion BC. They've always been kind of funky looking, even though I know some witches. Hi, Elle. How you doing? And
yeah.
Elle's pretty hot for even I'm not going to mention her age because we're not supposed to. Yeah. Did you see anything about this? Because I
did, and I totally get the people who are protesting because they really went overboard with this because she has 2 fingers and a thumb.
So does Nightcrawler.
When she is revealed in her but Nightcrawler is a hero. Big difference because this is portrayed as she's like a horrific person because she is a horrific person. And, I can see people being upset about it, but good news for them is I don't think anybody saw this movie. I was interested initially because, this sounds like good. And I saw the trailer just like, yeah, no.
Well, I mean, here's another thing though. What if you genuinely have a villain who happens to have a disability like this?
Mm-hmm. You could.
I mean, well, no, you can't now because here's Anne Hathaway of all people with what people are calling a deformity. It might just be a thing of the witches in this universe. They've only got 2 fingers and a thumb. Ben Grimm was missing a finger too. And he's a monster, but they didn't say anything about him.
I do think it goes to the whole premise that she's eating children. So that's a horrific character.
It's not that she's deformed. Let's make cannibalism a bad thing.
Well, I'm just saying that would be a bad thing. I know. Yeah, I totally get the people being upset about it, but
I kind of do. But
luckily for them, no one's going to remember this freaking movie. If you want to watch a version of The Witches, watch the one that came out. Wow, it's 30 years ago. It's really, really good, and it's really cool.
Let's throw another character out, or actually another actress, Gina Carano of The Mandalorian.
Yes.
She had a thing a couple of weeks ago where she did not understand something on Twitter where people were putting pronouns next to their names, like he, him, she, her, they, them. That way they know what gender the person is because they might be, apparently it's a trans thing. Okay, fine. She